good afternoon. How are you guys? My name is Retno Nurul Annissa from Group 6, and here I and my friend JUSY PERMATA will explain about our drama. The title is A Room with a View. So enjoy watching this video. First of all, I'll explain about introduction. A Room with a View is a 1908 novel by English writer E.M. Forster about a young woman in the restrained culture of Edwardian era England. The novel A Room with a View appears as a work by E.M. Forster, who tells about the life of British society in the middle to upper class in the early 20th century. Through this novel, Forster tells about how different ways of behaving, property ownership, and different class backgrounds can complicate the connection between one individual and another. Furthermore, Forster also describes two different ways of life of British people, namely those who adhere to conventional ways of life and those who want to change the convention. Next, I'll explaining about setting of this drama. Set in Florence, Italy and Summer Street, England, the Edwardian age, the story is both a romance and humorous critique of English society at the beginning of the 20th century. And after that, I'll go on to explaining themes of this drama. All teen society, manners and changing social norms, sexism and women's roles, honesty, education and independence, love, beauty. Then, I'd like to explaining about plot of this drama. It opens in an English pension in Florence with a confrontation between Lucy Honey's chaperone Miss Bartlett and the upstart Mr. Emerson and his son George. The two men generously but in Miss Bartlett's view in the costly over to exchange room in order to give the ladies the benefit of a room with a view, a waiver which they reluctantly accept. The novel describes the inmates of the pensione Bertolini, among them the clergyman Mr. Beebe and the original lady novelist Miss Lewis, and their reactions to Italy and to one another. Lucy, an impressionable and artistic but immature girl, is disturbed first by witnessing a street murder and then by impulsive embers from George Emerson during an excursion to Vissel. Miss Bartlett removes her charge from these dangers and the two return to Summer Street in Surrey, where Lucy becomes engaged to a cultured, detailed Cecil Fife, whom Mr. Beebe, who has referred as the local vicar, ominously describes as an ideal bachelor. The Bertolini cast continues to reassemble as the Emersons take a villa in the neighborhood. Lucy comes to realize that she loves George, not Cecil. But it takes her some time to extricate herself from what she describes as the model. The second half of the drama is played against a sharply and intimately observed background of tennis and tea parties and amateur piano recitals. It ends in the Pensione Bertolini with George and Lucy on their honeymoon. Okay, the next material will be explaining by my friend JUSY PERMATA.
I'm JUSY PERMATA. In here, I'm describe the characteristic of drama A Room with a View. First, Lucy Honey Charms. A young woman from Surrey who doesn't know what she wants. Her piano skills show that she has potential for great fashion and the ability to recognize truth even if it means breaking the social codes that are expected of her. I don't know why we are going because we don't have it. We have no view. Next, George Emerson. A young a young man with a passionate desire for truth, and at the beginning of the book, a filtering hopelessness that life is not actually worth living. Though he is of a lower social class, he falls in love with Lucy in Italy, and she becomes a beacon of hope to him in his search for joy and meaning. They watch Rome with view, so they can have ours. It's very simple. Next, Charlotte Bartlett. Charlotte accompanies Lucy to Italy as a chaperone and attempts to uphold what is proper. She has old-fashioned nation and does not approve of the Emersons. They seems to conspire against the happiness of everyone with her tiresome. This is not what we were led to expect. The signer distantly wrote, "Sun rooms with a view," close together, instead of which she has given us north rooms, a long way apart. Come, dear, or we shall miss our dinner on top of everything else. Next, Mr. Emerson, described alternately as being both ungentlemanly and beautiful. Mr. Emerson means well, but constantly owns proper social conventions with his abrupt manner of speaking and his blatant honesty. An avid reader, he espoused liberal values, and also plays a role in helping Lucy to surrender herself to her true desire, even if it means violating social taboos. His wife is dead. I say, what's day you're taking? It's not lemonade, is it? Next, Cecil Face, the dislikable man who becomes Lucy's fiancé for a short period of time. Cecil is pretentious and despises all the country people of Lazy Town, finding them unsophisticated and coarse in comparison to the affluent London society he is used to. It's so disgusting the way engagement is regarded as public property. Next, Mr. Beebe, director in Lucy is Town, a tactful and pleasant man who aims to use his influence to help various characters. He takes a liking to those who are honest, but see the good in almost everyone. He supports Lucy all through the book until she decides to marry George, when he utterly turns against the idea. Naturally, one would be stirred up. That's what music is for. Won't you play some more? The Miss Allens, usually referred to in the plural, that's two old spinster sisters, Catherine and Teresa Allen, stay at the same pension as Lucy and the others in Florence. They are mild-mannered and very proper, but they have an adventurous streak that will eventually take them traveling all over the world. One has always to be open. Wide open, I think Miss Lucy is. Next, Mrs. Honeychurch. Lucy, cheerful, talkative, good-natured, and warm-hearted mother, who always says what's on her mind. Her husband is dear. I think you should just pull the whole thing down. Mrs. Levis, an established bride who also stays in the same pension in Florence and hopes to write novels about Italian life. She is outspoken and clever, but also abrasive. She alone knows the true Italy. However, her unconventionality falls very close to conventional ideas. Aha! Miss Honeychurch, I'm in luck. Now you are to tell me absolutely everything that you saw from the beginning. Sorry if there is a mistake, and if anyone has any question, are welcome. Thank you.